It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. On this, the 20th day of April, I can't tell. There's one of the problems that I have with the stream here. I can't tell when I'm on. So if I sit there like looking like a fool, it's because I haven't heard my intro and I'm not sure that in fact I'm on. So anyway, welcome aboard for another crazy day here on Navigator of the Seas, coming to you live. We're right off the kind of the tip of Baja, California as we speak. On our way back to Los Angeles, we get in there, of course, Friday morning. But welcome to another episode of Travel and Cruise Industry News. I'm Chillie Falls, your host. Today is National Banana Day. So you guys know what to do about that. Go get a banana or go pick a banana if you have a banana tree, or go someplace that has bananas. But have a banana today, folks. All right, cruise ship sailing today from North American ports down in Port Everglades. We got Wonder of the Seas getting underway. The Scarlet Lady sails from Miami. Adventure of the Seas, I just got off of her 2 weeks ago. Sails from Galveston today. And the Star Breeze out of San Diego. Headlines on today's show: Princess debuts new video series. Transformation to Margaritaville at sea has begun. Some more news on the mask updates. Norwegian running a super sale. UK protocols for Royal Caribbean finally announced. Because of one of you guys, I started pressuring them to release those protocols. Well, they finally did. And another drug bust. Unbelievable how that's been running this past couple of weeks. And a whole lot more here live at 11. If you're listening by the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. or any of the places where you normally get your podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, Amazon Music, all the biggies. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and the big fat travel guy pops up. So, and if you are watching or listening via the podcast and you want to check out the video feed anytime I use pictures or clips, there's always a link to the video feed in the description of the podcast. So feel free to jump aboard anytime. I'll be back with today's news right after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right, back with today's news. And the lead story today comes out of Princess. Building on the success of the series of ocean treks, Princess Cruises has announced a new web series called Ocean Treks Conservation Connections. The 28-episode series will be hosted by Environmental Ambassador Jeff Corwin and Princess Cruises President John Paget. Features short stories about environmental management, wildlife conservation, and sustainability, with topics like recycling, food waste reduction and biodigester system, conservation at Princess Key, leveraging shore power and energy efficiency, advanced wastewater treatment system, innovative fuel sources, an advanced air quality system, and a whole lot more. The web show will also feature stories originally highlighted in the first 3 seasons of Ocean Treks. These episodes will take viewers to destinations like the Dominican Republic, Alaska, New Zealand, Iceland, Japan, French Polynesia. Ocean Treks debuted in 2016 as part of Carnival Corporation's Vacation Creation and The Voyager with Josh Garcia that aired on ABC and NBC, respectively. The original Ocean Trek series has been honored with 7 Daytime Emmy nominations, 44 Telly Awards. The show is available on demand in staterooms on Princess ships and via Ocean View, the line's streaming service. Princess Cruises launched its latest ship, Discovery Princess, last month out of Los Angeles. The line currently has 15 vessels in the fleet. Goodbye, Grand Classica. Hello, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Well, at least it's going to be soon. Bahama Paradise Cruise Line's Grand Classica is headed today for renovations to become Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, the one and only ship for the cruise line Margaritaville at Sea, a rebranding of Bahamas Paradise. Last week, the line announced that Grand Classica's debut as Margaritaville themed ship has been pushed back 2 weeks to make sure that the first cruise is perfect. The relaunch was originally scheduled for April 30th, but it will now sail its first passenger voyage on May the 14th. All right. Within hours of the TSA saying that they would no longer enforce the mask mandate, all major airlines announced that they would make masks optional effective immediately. Now, the first U.S. cruise terminal has made mask optional. Cruisers will no longer be required to wear a mask when checking in on their cruise at the port of Boston. Masks have been optional for a little over a month on cruise ships sailing from the U.S. for vaccinated travelers. Up until now, cruisers would have to put a mask on to check in for their cruise and then take it off when they boarded the ship. They would also have to put a mask back on when they passed through the terminal and when they disembarked from their cruise. Lyft and Uber announced also yesterday that masks are now optional. As posted on the website for the CDC, and I quote the CDC, as a result of the court order effective immediately and as of April 18th, CDC's January 29th, 2021 order requiring masks on public transportation, conveyances, and transportation hubs is no longer in effect. Therefore, CDC will not enforce the order. One of the biggest questions cruise travelers have had is whether or not masks will continue to be required in embarkation and debarkation terminals. Because those terminals fall under the jurisdiction of the TSA, it is unlikely that masks will continue to be required. The local policies will be up to port officials and based on local guidelines. The TSA, which has authority over the cruise terminal, posted a statement on their website yesterday that reads, due to today's court order ruling, effective immediately, TSA will no longer enforce the security directives and emergency amendment requiring mask use on public transportation and transportation hubs. So it's strictly up to the local protocols now, folks. So I'll warn you, keep them handy. There are still going to be places where you need them, places that require them. It's not gone for everything, but it's gone for most things. So, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do when I get on an airplane. I've talked to several people about that, several more people than yesterday. And now it's pretty much evening out as to who's happy about it, who's not happy about it. But I will have my mask handy, and I'll see. So that's all I can say at this point. All right. Norwegian Cruise Line has all cruises on their cruise ships at 35% off. They're also offering 6 free perks that you can save a lot of money once you board the ship. This sale from Norwegian includes the following: 35% off on all cruises, free drink packages, free specialty dining, free shore excursions, free Wi-Fi, free extra guests, third and fourth in a stateroom, free airfare for a second guest, and this offer runs through tomorrow night. So some of you big-time Norwegian folks want to jump in on that.
Hello,
Good
from
morning.
Navigator.
How we doing, Danish?
I'm good.
Okay. I will. Oh wait. Oh, hang on. Let's go back and take this off over here. There we go. There we go.
Hey,
That's Denise.
from
That's my
Navigator.
favorite bartender. He's gonna send a Bloody Mary over so I can get my vegetable levels
Very
up.
spicy. I'll make sure. Make sure. Very
You
spicy.
got it.
Have
Thanks,
fun,
Denise.
guys.
Where are you from?
India.
India.
Goa.
Very good.
It's a small town called Goa.
Okay.
Called Goa, so that's my name.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Denise.
Go on.
All right. I'll have my Bloody Mary here very shortly. Yes. Okay. That was Norwegian. All right, Royal Caribbean. You know, I can't remember. One of you guys from UK asked if anybody's heard anything about the protocols for Anthem of the Seas. Well, I started raising hell. Excuse my French. I started raising Cain with Royal Caribbean, and finally they released the protocol for cruises out of the UK. Although COVID-19 protocols have mostly disappeared in the UK, Royal Caribbean will be holding to its procedures that it has had place in other countries. The UK protocols closely mirror those in place in the Caribbean and the Mediterranean and are in place on departures through May the 31st. Royal Caribbean has one ship sailing to the United Kingdom this summer. Between May 13th and October 5th, Anthem of the Seas will be operating cruises ranging in length from 2 to 14 days from Southampton. Destinations include Norway, Western Europe, Spain, Portugal, Canary Islands. It's awesome. So you guys over in the UK definitely want to take advantage of this while Anthem is there. As far as the protocols go, all guests older than 12 will need to be fully vaccinated with their last shot no less than 14 days before sailing. To be considered fully vaccinated, guests must have received all doses of the vaccine series and have received their booster if the second vaccine was administered over 9 months ago. Kids between 5 and 11 do not need to be vaccinated. A recovery certificate will not be accepted instead of a COVID-19 vaccination. Guests who have proof of their vaccinations being fully up to date must also provide proof of a negative COVID antigen or PCR test conducted at a certified testing location or supervised by a healthcare telemedicine professional. The test must be taken no more than 2 days before sailing. On board Anthem, the regulations are the same as on all Royal Caribbean ships. Masks are fully optional for all guests, while unvaccinated guests are expected to wear their masks inside the ship. Royal Caribbean has already listed several options for guests who need to provide a negative test result before returning to their home country. There's a number of testing options at Heathrow and Gatwick. Guests will need to register beforehand. Several private health clinics also offer testing before flying. These include the Regenerative Clinic or Randox Health Vaccinated North American guests can travel with telehealth testing kits such as eMed for U.S. guests and Switch health tests for Canadian guests. So that will take care of Anthem of the Seas sailing from UK this summer. Thank you, Fernando.
Hello, enjoy, huh?
Thank you very much. Cheers. That's very good. We'll get the vegetable levels back where they're supposed to be today. Okay. During the first 3 months of 2022, the number of cruise ship passengers that visit the island of Cozumel exceeded the total number of passengers that visited it in 2021. The Mexican Tourism Ministry reported that more than 600,000 visitors arrived on board 346 ships. Cozumel expects to welcome 962 ships in 2022, which will amount to slightly less than 2 million visitors. Brazilian officials, law enforcement agencies have arrested 6 drug smugglers and confiscated 30 kilos of cocaine at the port of Santos. The drug traffickers, 5 Brazilians and 1 Argentine national, were arrested at the terminal attempting to board the cruise ship Costa Diadema as it was preparing for a transatlantic cruise to Europe. During luggage inspection, drugs were said to have been found in the false bottoms of 5 suitcases, while 1 man was arrested with 1.74 kilos of cocaine wrapped around his waist. The drug bust was part of a joint operation carried out by the federal police together with the customs, the military police, and the port guard. The arrested were taken to the Provisional Detention Center in São Vicente and will remain there at the disposal of a judge and probably never to be seen again. No, I shouldn't say that. But I mean, let's face it, folks. These guys are failing miserably trying to smuggle drugs recently. So, got to forget that. Okay. Get the vegetables down in the drink. All right. Let's go see who's over here fussing at me in the chat room today. We're not on a heavy time schedule. So, by the way, on the personal side of things, they hope that the New York Times article will post on Friday. I had spent the good bit of the afternoon yesterday with a fact checker. Then she came up with another question afterwards, which I sent her a text back to answer. But they hope to have this posted on Friday. And let's see what they said about it when I asked specifically. Do I have that here? Here's what the New York Times said. The podcast is being restructured, so it likely won't launch until fall. We wanted to get this piece out way before that, so it will be a standalone. It will likely take the shape of an article on the opinion pages of the New York Times website, but with a play button for the audio. So I was advised that the published date they're hoping will be Friday. They will give me that definitely when that is, however they schedule it. But hopefully Friday it'll be up on the New York Times website. Also on Friday morning, because that is disembark day for me, I will be taping the show early. John will be running the show, and probably John will be doing the chat room on Friday simply because who knows where I'll be. So, all right, now on to the chat room. Hot Air Tom's with us. Amy's with us. Hot Air says, I didn't hear the intro, but you were on. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not picking up the intro, because this is the third day and I haven't heard it. So, oh boy, then another comfortable plane ride. Yeah, right. Maybe it's going to be my last plane ride, because I checked this morning to see about taking trains to Florida. I checked it out from Lynchburg, which of course goes through Washington. I haven't checked it out from Sanford yet. So I'm hoping I do well on the train. I may not fly again until I have to go to Europe. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. Super sale. That got by me. No knowledge here. I'm all ears for that. Yeah, you might want to check into it, Tom. 35% off. Now, I'm not sure off of what. And you might get better pricing on your own, but they're running the special with all the minis. So might want to look into that. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Gretchen's here asking Nikki how she's feeling. Chillie's Cruises, are you wearing the mask on the cruise as in the theater? If not, then I would wear it. I wouldn't wear it on the plane either. Plane air circulation and such. I'm very comfortable on cruise ships. Anywhere on cruise ships. And now the last two ships I've been on, there's a few people that still wear masks inside. Of course, the crews still has to wear masks. That'll be the next thing to change, I would imagine. But I'm not sure how I'm going to feel on the plane. I will have the mask available. And I'm being perfectly honest. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel. And if I feel uncomfortable at all, the mask will be on. So, Tom, do you race those cars on Norwegian? I wouldn't be surprised if he's not out there first. Laugh out loud on the NCL sale. That has been the same for the past few months. Nothing new. Okay. They just advertised it this morning, so I picked up on it. Nikki says, I'm an impatient patient. I don't feel as good as I expected, but I've learned it's a process, not a quick fix. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry to hear about the delay in your recovery. It is a process. It takes time. You'll be sprung at no time. I'll be sure to look for it on Friday. Yeah, well, that's when I hear something different, you guys will be the first to know. I'll stick it on the chat room that I started for all you guys also. Lizzie Lou's with us. Hey, gang. How you doing, Lizzie? Amy says the next cruise isn't until the end of July. I would love to go sooner, but my dogs are still mad at me for being away for 2 weeks. Yeah, those dogs, the cats will pretend not to know me for at least 3 days when I get back. There's Pittsburgh Jason's with us. Have you ever run into anyone with the scooter. I haven't run into anybody because I'm pretty careful. But man, I've had people run over me. Not so much on this cruise. The last two cruises have been pretty good. But I literally have had people, especially in the buffet area, literally run over me in the cruise on the scooter. Where they're just not paying any attention to anything but trying to get to the food. It's ridiculous. There, Tom will be driving to Pennsylvania on Friday. No heckling. John. That's too bad. It's going to be in the 80s Saturday and Sunday, Tom. You'll probably have good weather in Pennsylvania. Wow. I wish it would say that in LA. It's supposed to, we had really nice weather in both in Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. I mean, yesterday was 90 degrees. So I did get outside yesterday. I got in the hot tub, inaccessible hot tub, and I've got a lot to report on that one. But I did get outside in the sun for a while yesterday, which was nice. It was gorgeous. It's only going to be 72 today. 72 with a ship chunking along at 20 knots. It's not going to be very comfortable outside, I don't think. And then we're going into LA and it's going to be like in the 50 again. So I don't know. I was hoping LA would have warmed up while we were gone, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I mean, the temperature is definitely heading back to the way it was when we came through here on our way down. Cindy says, I'll be driving to Miami on Monday and NCL breakaway on Tuesday. I'm beyond excited to be cruising again and getting spoiled in the haven. Wow. That's nice, Cindy. Well, you got to keep us posted. Yeah. Especially on breakaway. I'm doing breakaway in January, so I will like lots of reports from breakaway. So. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up today. I have an appointment with the sauna later in the day. I'm going to go sweat a while in the spa. That was one of the things that John talked me into doing, which I had never done before on a cruise ship. And I am quickly becoming a fan of that. So, all right, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. As always, you guys stay safe. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. We do this every day, 5 days a week at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 10 p.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we do this every day. So feel free to join us at any time. Jump into the chat room and introduce yourself anytime you're here. All right, that's going to wrap me up. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all meet on the high seas. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.